Let's do this.
Scotch, bourbon, and rye, yeah, we on that whiskey. Wanna discuss an array of topics, conversation simply. Gonna drop your whiskey bars with the sip hitting fold. Could you pass it? You want more? Another glass, let it flow. Steady pour. Steady pour. Yeah, a steady pour. A steady pour of growing, a steady pour of sharing, a steady pour of knowing. Now pass that Glen Carry. So pull up a chair, grab a glass, and enjoy a melanin-infused perspective with a whiskey twist. Yeah, yeah, a steady pour.
Hit him with the shoulders. Hey, hit him with the shoulders. Hey. Welcome to another episode of the Steady Pour Podcast. I'm your pour coach, Drew.
Calvin.
Tony, what's up?
Daddius, what it do?
And we are your co-hosts. Back with another episode.
That was quick.
Yo, your intros be catching me off guard.
Announcer Drew.
Hit him with the shoulders. I've been trying to teach my son some dance moves, and apparently that stuck out to them when I said hit him with the shoulders. They kind of know. They don't really do it the right way, but there's some movement there. You know,
Shoulder lean?
Hit him with the
Try.
shoulder. No, just to
Oh,
get
no,
the-
just a little-
to the beat, just a
A little shimmy, a little shimmy
Oh, they
shake.
starting off with the old school. Like,
You gotta start them off with those.
the
That's
1-2
true,
step,
that's
1-2
true.
step, just a little 1-2 step.
Exactly.
That's all you need.
It
That's all
also
you need.
starts with like bending your knees to the beat too. Like you gotta.
You can't be stiff with it. Yeah. I get loose it up. Come on.
Yeah.
You trying to be out there in the
Definitely
dance
gotta be loose.
floor? Nah, I was loose out there.
I told my son, hit him with the shoulders. You go like from major leagues where he goes like. He was going
big
marbles.
not the marbles.
I'm gonna give you
marbles.
all of this shoulder.
Too much.
Did the Sam Cassell?
But so I mean, look, again, we're gonna jump right into it.
Let's do it.
What exactly are we? Tone always brings the bottles. Mm-hmm. So Tone, what?
I mean, I make the connections that bring the bottles to us.
Humble.
How about that?
said the same thing.
Right.
You
What are we
made it sound like
talking about?
I
Just disagree.
Physically bring the bottles also.
Okay, all right.
Mr. Consignment Centers.
No, but,
Right.
We're the one that reacts to. Like, all right, so which should we be tasting? What should we
Right,
put
right.
for the episode? And
it's true. Yeah.
Four Roses. Well, you tell us. We got something for Four Roses. What we got from Four Roses?
We do. So this is the third year in the row they sent us their limited edition small batch.
Okay.
First one was the 135th anniversary.
Nice.
Last year was the 2024 limited edition small batch, and this is the 2025. So
Nice.
very appreciative of them sending this stuff out. It's a nice little care package here. I think we get, I don't know if everybody can see it, but little box there. Oops.
We have the B-roll.
Yeah,
They'll be able
we
to
got
see
the
it.
B-roll there. Yeah, and then we got the bottle here, and they send us the Glen every time. So
Whip it out.
Wow.
Pause.
So yeah, I mean it's these are always special releases. Everybody always lines up for these. This one is a blend of 4 different recipes. Mm-hmm. So it's OBSV, which is a 13-year. Mm-hmm. OBSK, also 13-year. OESV, 13-year, and OESV, 19-year. So it's a blend of all those different 4 recipes and mash bills, and excited to try it out, see what we think.
Shout out to Four Roses.
Well, I said it before in this podcast. Four Roses. There's a special place in my heart for Four Roses because
Absolutely.
That's the beginning of your journey.
it let me know that there was levels to.
And which bottle was that again?
It was like one of the 135th, like or
Might have been 125th,
125th
right?
anniversary edition or something like that.
Yeah.
But at the time when I was tasting it, though, I thought it was regular Four Roses. I didn't know there was like different.
Variation.
right?
This is amazing.
Yeah, I was like, this was awesome. So I went and got a small batch Four Roses off the shelf, thinking it was the same thing. And I was like, wait a minute, this wasn't.
This ain't what I had.
So it's dope that we get to try this.
Yeah.
Right.
Shout out. Four
Yeah.
Roses.
Didn't we also do a skit with of this last year?
We did.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
pretty fun. That was pretty fun.
We're ready.
And we got the Four Roses poured up. So let's dive in.
Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
Nose first.
Whoa. Whoa.
Ooh, that's pleasant. Sweet for sure.
Sweet, syrupy, almost like a savoriness to the nose. Is that weird?
I'm getting
I
like,
don't usually get that on the nose. I usually get that. It's more of a palate thing, but
It's not weird.
I'm getting like cherry licorice or something like that.
cherry licorice. Okay.
No, it's very nice.
Yeah, I'm getting fruit. Fruit. Sweet.
Candy.
A lot of butterscotch and kind of caramel notes from you too.
I don't really get
I'm
another.
getting a little sting in the
There's
nostrils.
definitely some sting. Yeah.
I got it on like my third or fourth. You know.
You know what else I smell in there, Tone?
Honey.
Some copper.
Oh, some copper library.
You smell copper? You're amazing.
Oh man, I want to get like you guys.
Right.
You never smelled a penny before?
Who smell? Sure.
I can't say I have, but
Sure.
A shiny new penny.
gotta smell it.
Whatever you say.
You gotta smell it to make sure it's real.
I'm getting a lot of barrel on the nose, just FYI, before I taste it.
Definitely some barrel on the finish too,
Yeah.
Still
along with the
finishing.
sweetness and
It
the
is still finishing.
still the savory notes.
It is still finishing.
It's very syrupy and kind of like
I'm getting a little cocoa, a little chocolate on there.
yeah.
With the cocoa.
This is a long finish here.
Yeah, it's very, very long finish. Maybe a little like creme brulee note, like a burnt sugar kind of feel to it too. There's a lot. There's a
Definitely.
lot happening.
Definitely a burnt.
Yes.
In a good way.
As good of a way as you can make it.
Burnt.
Oh, you like a little
Like
burnt,
it-
you know, like you want something a little extra cooked. You don't want it too like, I don't know.
Maybe
Chewy.
I'll say the right before it tastes burnt.
Yeah.
Maybe
Like,
it's right before.
Put that back on the grill for a little bit longer, please. It's not ready yet.
Charred marshmallow.
Yes, I was just literally thinking about that.
That's when
Yes.
you said burnt. I was like, so I'm
Yes.
getting that, but I'm also getting that kind of
Yes.
like
The
marshmallow
sweetness.
note.
I was on that marshmallow note.
Yeah.
Right when you said
You
that,
know when
that's
you
what I
like
was
leave it
getting.
in the fire and then it catches fire and you're like, oh, that's too much. Like that's
Bring it
kind
out.
of-
Bring
that's
it back.
kinda that.
Bring it
Too
back.
much is what it is.
That's it. You think it's too? Oh, okay.
But when you get past the burnt, you
Some
know,
notes.
there's still that sweetness to it.
Man, that note was right on time that I was tasting right there. I was like,
Oh man. Would you say the finish is? We already said that it has a long finish, right? It definitely does linger out. Does anybody have any pores on it?
I'm still pulling out some notes.
There's a salivation that's happening. I don't know how to describe it. And frankly, I'm not sure what is making my palate do that. There's a drying element in the back
It's
end.
both of this happening at the same time.
Yeah,
It's drying you
it's
out
like-
and making you want more.
Would you say your palates are battling each other, Drew? Because I know you've talked in the past about having like a multiple palate pour where it hits.
Multiple palettes.
Yeah.
Symptom.
And I had never heard that before, but it
What
seems
was
like
the
something
exact
that-
terminology you used? It was
that he just made up because
Yeah.
it was. No one has multiple palettes.
I mean-
There's multiple areas of a palette
I'm
that
gonna
can
go back
catch
to see
different
how I
things.
explain that.
There was a word he used to describe it, like multiple palate scoliosis. Something. It was like a medical term. That I was like, wait, what?
Sure, it's been diagnosed.
No, it was like yeah, I know what you're talking about.
We gotta play the footage.
Multiple palate disorder.
Play it right here.
Multiple palate disorder.
MPD. Afflicting a lot of people.
I feel like there's a drug for that. Goes hand in hand with restless leg syndrome.
Man, it's good. I will start with a pour. I'm gonna give this 3.5. Definitely enjoying it. I feel like it's super complex, and I'm still trying to figure it out. Savory, sweet. I don't. All the notes we said, it kind of feels like it's drying you out, but then it's also very rich and kind of like dense. I have had other limited editions that I like more. I would say I'm just comparing it to the last couple of years. I think I like the 135th probably the best. That might be the best Four Roses special edition I've had, but this is really good. Like, I feel like they don't miss on these. Just for me, I'd put it like behind last year's and the one before that, but I mean, they're all really good.
I am gonna go with a flat 3.
Wow.
Yeah, I like it. There is something. It's maybe like an acetone note. There's something that's kind of medicinally that's in there that just kind of, it makes it hard for me to give it anything above a 3.
Throws you off.
Okay.
Like it throws you off. Like, what is
Yeah.
going on here? I like the aroma more than anything, I felt like, than the actual palette and what it was doing. But it's to Tone's point, it's definitely a lot of depth there that I probably would want to revisit it. It might open up more. And the more you go back to it, because I felt like the second pour I had was like, okay, yeah, I see what you were saying. Like, it's definitely finishing a lot better. But yeah, I would need to sit with this a little bit more to pull out more of the flavors. And I feel like I didn't have enough to really give it a good in-depth rating. And I feel like I'm pressured now. I got to rate it. And I don't like that because I don't want to rate it because I don't. But for the sake of consistency, I'm going to go 2.75 for me.
Wow.
That's kind of where I'm at. Like, but it can go up because I do want to go back to it. I do want to try it to see how it opens up more. Because I only had that little pour that I just had because I always shortchange myself. But yeah, that's where I would go for right now.
So this one almost got a 4 for me.
Wow.
Wow.
But as I was tasting it more, I guess it kept landing more. It's getting a lot more of the barrel towards the end. The reason why, I'll give it a 3.75. I am really enjoying I'm getting a journey of flavors. I'm getting like this sweet, this oak, and then it goes back to sweet. It almost goes back and forth between sweet and oak, and then oak, sweet, oak. It's there's a lot. It keeps going back and forth.
Yeah.
In terms of the experience too, in terms of how it feels on the palate, like I feel the viscosity there. I feel that the drying. I feel the salivate. I guess I'm enjoying the experience that I'm with the whiskey and the journey. So that's why I was like close to the 4. As you know, like as a journey, I'm like already.
We know.
Journey.
But like I said, landed as I was more and more drinking on it. The finish had this like a dark cocoa chocolate burnt oak thing happening. And then I guess as I was tasting it more, I guess some of that notes, it was turning more into like a earthy that I guess I wasn't liking as much. So that's why I pulled it back a little bit to 3.75. But it was close to a 4.
Did you get the copper notes that you were saying on the palate too, or was that just the nose?
A little bit, but not.
Okay.
It wasn't as much for me to actually call it out. I couldn't be like, oh, that's copper.
Yeah.
But but yeah. So but no, I was definitely enjoyed this pour.
Nice.
I think I'm trying to remember how I like the last one. I want to say this to me. I think this was better than the last year's for me.
Yeah, it's hard to remember. I remember last year's being very floral, and like more floral and spicy, and not really having a lot of the fruity tones that the 135th had. That's just my memory of it, but it was a year ago.
Last year more. I can't remember.
You like that? Yeah.
I think I did. I would have to
It
go
wasn't
back.
bad. It's just they're all kind of different shades of
Nothing
what Four
about them.
Roses does. So
Nothing they gave us has been bad at all. No, not at all.
Yeah, as soon as you taste it, it grabs your palate and like, all right, you're gonna get these flavors. Like,
you gonna get these flavors.
Here, call them out.
It's just kind of your preference as to what you like. So but that was dope. Shout out to the Brand Guild, everybody at Four Roses for sending these out. I actually got to jump on a Zoom call with Brent Elliott, who's a master distiller, and he was like talking about how he came up with the recipes and stuff. So
Look at this guy.
you know, hey,
Hey, it was on a Zoom
I'm
call
here
with
for
Brent.
us, you know. I'm here for
You know
us.
Brent, right?
I didn't ask. I wanted to ask a question because people were asking questions in there, and I was like, I should have.
You got to.
I was like second guessing.
Whenever you have that feeling,
I know.
learn. You just got to ask.
I know.
Immediately
Trust me, from the
I should've,
introverted guy in the group, like I've always had that feeling growing up.
Yeah.
If you feel the urge to ask a question, just fight through all those
if I get
blockages
invited,
and just
if
ask.
we get invited to do it again next year, I'm definitely gonna be like, hey,
Should have been
Tony.
like,
it's gonna be harder
raise
for
your
him to
hand.
do
should have been
next
like Brent. Drop your whiskey bars.
Straight up.
Brent.
You probably got a lot of feedback from that,
Tony
man.
with the City Poor News Network.
Spotlight Tone real quick. You have a podcast, right? Oh yeah, you do have a podcast.
Yeah.
Steady
Jump on with
Poor.
us.
He would have gained like
Yes,
mad
right.
subscribers right then and there, bro. Like what's wrong?
No, but it was
Nah,
cool.
I'm messing with you, bro. It's
It
all
was
good.
cool
I
hearing
get
him
you.
talk about like how he came up with the recipe and like how they figure out which barrels to pull and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty cool. Because they do take that into consideration. You think of all the single barrels they do all year.
Yeah.
That they pull some aside. They're like, well, this is actually something super, super special that we think can go in this yearly limited edition blend. So it was cool to hear. So but shout out. That's pretty dope.
All right, well, yeah, thanks for sending this through. Let us know in the comments if you guys had the Four Roses 2025 limited edition small batch. What were your notes? We definitely want to hear from you guys, so definitely hit us up.
For sure.
Fellas, you guys have been getting messages about
alerts, if you will.
alerts and messages from friends
Panic alert.
that don't really drink whiskey, but they know we're the whiskey guys, and they're like, hey, you guys hear about this Uncle Nearest?
It's definitely crossed over from like a whiskey news item to like a news item. Like everybody's talking about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
For sure. For sure.
And so, I mean, if you guys are living under a rock, you guys know we've talked about Uncle Nearest. In fact, Uncle Nearest, they were our first episode.
It was, yeah.
I remember.
Podcast.
Yep.
And so,
Yeah.
what do we know, just high level, like about Uncle Nearest?
I mean, they pretty much broke the barriers of the whiskey industry. They honored, I think it's Nathan Nearest Green, who's the first known black distiller. So that's a lot of history there, man. So, I mean, shout out to them.
Taught Jack Daniel how to
Yeah,
distill.
so that's just like the story behind it is just so captivating, and the product, man, like what they've done. So, yeah, man.
And Fawn Weaver has done an excellent job of telling that story, bringing that story to the public, and then creating a whole whiskey brand from that.
from scratch, which is impressive. Yeah.
To the point, like every time we have a bottle share, right, with like folks that are new to whiskey or whatever, or like they like whiskey, and remember when we had our first one, and it was like everyone was like bringing Uncle Nearest. There was I think we had like 5 Uncle Nearest.
It's true.
It's crazy. That's like one of the first whiskeys we tried, and I remember the first time. I tell this all the time. Like I just did not like it. Like I was like, "Yo, what is this? This is like not good." And then now I have like 3 bottles in my library, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I go back to them. So it's just Uncle Nearest for me is like a progression of my palate, so to speak, as I've grown, because I could not taste it back then and enjoy it for what it is now. So that's a place in my heart for sure.
Right. So the news now in the whiskey industry is that they are now facing a lawsuit, pretty big lawsuit from a lender, Farm Credit Mid-America, where they're claiming that the company defaulted on their over $100 million loan. They overstated the value of the whiskey inventory, and as a result, the judge is placing Uncle Nearest in receivership, which means they appoint someone to come in to run like the financial business of it, or in terms of making those calls moving forward. And I guess the response from Uncle Nearest is, they're saying that any wrongdoing was based off of the CFO that they fired.
Correct.
Right. Previous.
They've denied everything pretty much. Like they're saying that this is false.
Well,
and go ahead, Tom.
I don't think they're denying that they have loans that they're trying to pay back. I think what they're saying is that they thought they were on a schedule to make the repayments, and obviously Farm Credit, Farm Mid Credit,
Farm Credit
the lender
America,
is saying no, you guys, we've given you every avenue, and you're not
And that's
not
why
on the
they-
schedules. You are not paying it back like you're supposed to.
Right.
We're suing you guys, and this has been going on for a long time. So it's not like they just sued them out of nowhere. Like that was after years of, I think, the lender feeling like they hadn't been repaid. Finally, they were like, "All right, well, we gotta take this to court."
Right. So, I mean, it's still unfolding, and I think the latest that we heard is that they are considering bankruptcy, but we don't know what type of bankruptcy that they're actually considering. As we know, there's many different.
Do we know the different types?
Not all
That's
of them.
tough.
but I think-
Not
I don't want to go.
That's all
I don't want to
right.
go to all of them, but it's some are more strategic moves in terms of moving assets around, selling some assets, and then others are just flat out we don't have.
Well, I guess that's a good question though. Like in what you've seen, what would you think that would happen if they were to go into bankruptcy? A company like Uncle Nearest.
I mean, there's so many variables that we don't.
So we don't know. Yeah,
We don't know. Now that they have this third party person there, I guess, they're gathering all the information that I guess that they need to be able to see how to pivot from this or what they could do. But it's I mean, just overall, just when you hear this, you're definitely, I'm skeptical of,
Sure.
all right, like what's really happening.
What's real? Yeah. True story.
And that's why you almost didn't want to react just right away until more information kind of came out, and where they're going to pivot. And almost even now, it's like I still don't want to go too far into it, because I don't. I'm wondering, how often does this actually happen?
I haven't even heard.
Right.
I mean,
just from a business perspective.
Yeah.
And why are we choosing to hear about it with Uncle Nearest?
Nearest. Yeah.
I don't know how many pivots different whiskey companies have done, how many have gone under, how many have went to bankruptcy or defaulted on a loan just so that they could do something else, right? And how much of it is handled behind the scenes where it doesn't become like this.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. I think mostly it's
on the
stuff
public
that's swept
eye.
under the rug that we don't hear about, or that's
Right.
a byline in the newspaper that it's like, oh, okay.
Right.
Newspaper.
Well, yeah. What's a newspaper?
And then, when you start hearing some of the information that other people have, I've heard, I don't know how much of it is true or not. And, but when you get to the part where it's talking about overstating its value, in order to get the loan, you just can't just be throwing out numbers.
Right.
You know what I
Apparently.
mean? Like, you just can't, but that it has to get audited.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they send someone in, like, okay, you said you have this, I'm gonna come in and
What do you actually have?
count this.
Count all your barrels.
I think that's what the receivership is.
Exactly.
It happens even before that. Like, before it even gets
Yeah,
to that.
it can happen
Well,
before that, but if it didn't happen before that, that's what the receivership is for.
That's what I think. To Cal's point, I think that's part of the problem is there wasn't that due diligence done of checking on those things.
Whose fault is that?
So I feel
That's
like
a great question. I think it's on.
at the end of the day, it's always
vendor
going to
as
be
well.
the business's fault.
Yeah.
So if you have I don't know, if you have a CFO that's adding a zero to the, I'm just making this up. But adding a zero.
We're not saying that. I got you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
I got you.
like this stuff gets checked. That's what accountants get paid to do. Like that's our job.
That 1-0 makes a huge difference.
Then again, I wonder how many people gotten fired over this already outside, like from Farm Credit, whatever the
For sure.
folks called.
Right.
But yeah, we don't. I mean, then again, there's so many other variables that can happen under that we don't know. So it's kind of hard to
Give your opinion on it.
Well, yeah. At least at that level, it's just certainly something that you don't want to see. And we're certainly, at least I'm certainly rooting for them to come out of this on top so that they can like pivot. But we don't know. I mean, like, we know that when you add in the fact that we know that the whiskey industry in general
is going through some hard times.
Right.
What do we think about Operation Clear the Shelves? I think she was calling for people just to go out and like continue to support. Like, do you think us as consumers can have an effect of something like this? Or if they're seeing that, like, do you think we have a sway, or does it even matter that the bottle is actually still selling and we're supporting the brand?
I think it can certainly help, but it's not going to be the end all and be all.
Right. It's not going to turn it around.
Yeah.
That lawsuit's still there.
Yeah.
They're still under receivership. They're still under receivership. They're not going to be like, oh, you're selling a lot of bottles now? Never mind. Like, no.
Wow.
I mean, it's just sad. I mean, they can't kill the legacy behind the brand, but it's unfortunate it's this brand that it's happening to, for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's something why we wanted to have the discussion, right? Because we're seeing a lot of discussions happen, but not from people like us, where it's like this brand means a lot to us, just as far as like what it represents. You know what I mean? An ownership team like Fawn and her husband, and like what they've done. It's just a shame that it's come to this. And I'm like Drew. I feel the same way. I really do hope for the best resolution, but I just don't see how they kind of pivot and get out of it. I just think it's too far deep, and I don't know. I just don't see a scenario where it turns back to exactly the way it was. I think it's going to be some kind of change, and she could still be involved. You know, maybe Fawn isn't.
I think they're still involved in like the marketing aspect, like some kind of some like very maybe that as major as they were before. But they
it's
are.
funny you say that because the court actually put a gag order on Fawn.
Oh, because you had that call to clear the shelves.
Not because.
No, not because of
but
that.
Just because of everything's going on. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, when you're in litigation,
and
you're a public facing company, you're not really supposed to be talking about the
so
lawsuit
that's
on air and all
changed.
that.
Got you.
And she kind of was pushing up against that a little bit. I mean, some people would say. I think. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Really?
I think when they're talking about it's not like like it doesn't exist. It's just the fact, the details of what's happening in terms of the lawsuit and the questions that they were asking about what does this mean for X, Y, and Z. Like I think one of the questions that you have to ask the judge a lot of questions about what are you the timing of things, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. You don't talk about that, but clearly you can reference the fact that yes, there's a lawsuit against us, so we're going to respond and we're going to ask you to clear the shelves, like because I think they recognize it's. I think part of it. I think there was something in there that said that they recognize that she's part of the marketing and the brand of this. So to put a muzzle on that in total, like you can't say anything, is pretty much putting like a death to the company. So they realize they can't do that.
Right.
That's what I kind of meant in marketing. Not talking about the lawsuit, but just the brand, because she still, like the brand wants it's on the shelves still. You can still go out and buy it. You still support it. They're not taking it off the shelves.
And
so
she is Uncle Nearest. I feel
that's kind of what I alluded to. I mean, and the history will always be there no matter what happens. So it's just unfortunate that obviously this has happened to this brand. But buying a bottle may not change the legal process, but we can still support, because the name itself, it means something to us. So it's unfortunate.
It is an interesting conversation. I feel like we had to say something about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I've read so many different things, and I've heard different people discussions. Right, Bourbon Pursuit had a discussion on it. Some other publications have had discussions on it. But like I said, I think it's important that people like us
talk about it
in the industry, speak to it, and and like of course we've said that we want the brand to succeed. We really appreciate what the brand has done and its place in the industry, but we also, I think, can look at the situation and be like, there might be some stuff there, it's possible that there's some wrongdoing, it's okay to call both of those things out.
But they could. But I think that's also part of like the frustrating thing too, is like they're so quick. Where you said like you read so many things about it and you heard so many things about it. Like everyone's been quick to. Like, oh, there's a lawsuit, and expecting the worst and all this stuff. They were so quick to report on it, and sometimes you can't be like, "Shut up," like
So you think there is room for more nuance? Like we need to wait until we have more
Yeah,
facts
but
behind
they
it?
were just so quick to be
allegations.
like, you know, oh, they did
Should
this.
have never gave y'all niggas butt.
You've been waiting to get that out.
Don't say that.
But do you think there is something to that? Of like, some like, oh, the black brand. Oh, really? They're they miss payments.
I mean,
like,
look at the world
But
we live
here's
in.
the problem with that. It's
Not
it's
even
almost
intentionally.
like playing a black politician. It's not that they're inherently better than. It's
Right.
just that they don't necessarily get the same room to like
pivot.
fuck up in the
Right.
same ways.
Because
You
if,
know what I
if a
mean?
white company that was,
Would we even be hearing about this?
Exactly. That is a good conversation.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like she chose to develop and to expand like really rapidly.
Yeah.
And
So do you think that was a mistake? Do you think that kind of
well, it
like
could have
her
been a
ambition
mistake, but
led
if you back up and look at companies like Amazon, that I mean, for the first like decade plus, didn't even make a profit
Right.
as a business.
Right.
And they chose to just expand and expand and expand
Yeah.
and expand and expand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I also think there's something to like in her mindset, because I've heard her speak a lot, and she's a very ambitious person, man. She's like talks about wanting to win all the time, and like you know what I mean, like all her accomplishments, and like she's thinking like years ahead, and like she's a very driven person. So I think there's something to maybe her feeling like, and the company in general feeling like they can't just stay stagnant and kind of like sit on
Right.
the
she wants to get to the next
Right.
level as fast as possible.
So she's making cognac in France, and she's has her parties in Martha's Vineyard, and is like. But I think there's something to like you have to kind of like you gotta show that kind of success and wealth, and like you know what I mean, like show like in her mind, I'm saying, and maybe it's something where it just went a little bit too far out, and she wasn't able to like
Maybe
contain the whole thing. I don't know.
But it would
I
be
don't know.
nice to
Nobody
know
knows.
like what the percentages of like companies of a certain level, and if you do get to a certain level, what are the chances that you may or may not take when you're at that level to
Yeah.
get to the next level above that?
Right.
You know what I mean? And how is it perceived? Because let's be honest, the reality is that we are, all of us as black people in whiskey are nervous about the perception of
Yes.
this has taken off, has gotten relatively popular really quickly, has developed faster than like any other whiskey brand there is. And then now you hear of a possible wrongdoing, and it's like, see, we knew there was something. You know what I mean?
yeah,
like you
yeah.
don't want
That couldn't be legit.
right, and it's so on one side of it, you're looking at, okay, well, let's just look at the facts and see what's going on. But then the other side of it is like, would it be as scrutinized if they weren't? If they weren't black?
It's
We don't
it's also hard to hear or accept about when you hear it. You didn't mean it that way, Tone, but like to even think that did she go too far? Like no, because she like blew the roof off. Right, she broke many barriers for a lot of people that were trying to look to go into the whiskey industry, whether it was women, other black. Whiskey entrepreneurs, just anybody looking for inspiration to start their brand and spread their wings. I feel like she was definitely the leader in that, and
I agree.
allowing others to kind of walk and think big, and not to cater to certain perspectives or be fearful of how you might be looking. So like it's hard to say. It's hard to think too far. No, like I think she went as far as to open the door for many others, and I think that's one of the things that I cling to when thinking about this brand and what it means for other people. So you just want to see them land on their feet.
It was just I just had a question. I wasn't saying that she definitely like made a mistake and shouldn't like I don't know. All I'm saying is I think things may have been missed because they were
mistakes were made.
Right, because it's a huge
And it's gonna-
company.
I mean, technically, she's already admitted that mistakes were made.
Right. So that's what I'm saying is that I think that both things can be possible. I think it can be good that you're reaching as far as you want to reach and like doing all the different things and trying to have all the different expressions to your brand and reaching out. And I also think you can kind of overlook some of the stuff that
Crossing the T's and dotting the I's.
I'm saying that stuff
You didn't check with the accounting department or the finance department.
and maybe the
compliance.
CFO really did mess up. And,
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, who knows?
My profession, I'm often find myself when everybody is trying to expand and grow and be innovative and thinking about how to expand and do something new. I'm always Mr. Doom and Gloom.
The realist.
Realist.
Like, you ain't got no
reminding
money
them,
for that.
do you
Hold on a
know-
minute.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah,
They said we needed an Andrew on our team. That's what engineers needed. They needed an Andrew on their team. Like we would have saved all of this from happening.
That's what she thought she had. Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Fill out your Google Doc.
I just hope they can bounce back. Dude, you flooded. I just hope they can bounce back. I don't know what that looked like. I mean, are they being reacquired? Right now, they're under somebody else's ownership right now. So I'm hoping that when the legal system is...
Well, it's not.
It's not like that. It's they have a third party person that's calling the financial, the fiscal decision. Like, does this financially make sense? Okay, then we could do this.
Right.
Or does it? If not, you know what I mean. So they're.
I'm not a financial guy. I just hope that they can restructure, bounce back, and they'll be
possible.
good. And
Right.
that's it.
It
I
is
don't want to
possible.
play, they to go down the drain. I think that's what she was calling for, like just to, support the company.
Yeah.
Even though, like I said, it may not change the legal process, but it just shows that we still are behind this brand.
Yeah, I think they
And-
recognize her role in that she is Uncle Larry's, like we all have said.
Yeah, you have to at this point. Like, you can't just remove her and then, I don't know. So,
Yeah, but that's the thing is she's already done the work for them and they've done that. Like, and that's another thing is like, I don't know enough of the financial situation to really speak on it as far as the validity of what they're asking for and doing and whether or not it makes sense for them to go into receivership and in the whole nine. Like, I don't know enough from a legal perspective to really talk on that, and I don't know enough from the rest of the whiskey and or business world whether or not the things that she has done is kind of par for the course of a company that size or of a company that's trying to grow to that scale or whatever, what have you. Or what specifically the CFO did that caused whatever rippling effect. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's hard to speak on. But what I can say is it does have that, it has that feel of, once again, black people have built up something just for white folks to come along and take it. It feels that way.
Right.
I don't know what is actually happening, but that's the way that it feels. Right. And it's happened time and time again historically that it's hard for me to ignore that feeling.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, that explains why sometimes you see in the Instagram comments, they're like, "Where's Magic Johnson? Wait, somebody got to
Somebody buying him out."
Right. Or something like if they have to sell or if it has to go to somebody. Like, I don't want it to just be another black brand that keeps the image of its blackness, but at the end of the day, it's some old white guy running it.
Do you guys think there's any validity to the lender having any culpability in the situation too, as far as like?
Yes and no. I think that they are culpable in how the housing issue of 2008 the bank should have been more culpable. Like, the bank's perspective was, we offered you the money, but you should have had the responsibility of whether or not you knew you could pay this back or not.
Right. And they kept lending them money.
Right, but then it's like, okay, sure, but you also have the choice to say, we can't lend you any more money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you
that's
have
my
the
point.
choice to be like, it almost, again, it just has the feeling, has the wafting of predatory lending. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what I'm saying. I feel like there is.
I know you can't pay for this back, but that's all right, because what you're building is going to be profitable.
Right.
So since I know you can't pay this back, I'm going to give you this loan, know that you can't pay it back, and when you default, I'm just going to come by and take your shit.
And that's a whole slippery slope right there.
Right. and while I don't know, and while I'm sure it's more complicated than that,
Right.
it's just the feeling that I got. It's got that ick on it.
Yeah. What do you think, Drew? I don't know.
I gotta smell racism.
I mean, that's what it sounded like, bro. Like that's a huge thing in the lending community.
But yeah, I guess we don't know.
We don't know.
Allegations.
And we'll see.
We'll see how it all shakes out.
How the cookie crumbles.
I think we can continue to check in on this too.
Well,
I don't know about a whole episode like this, but if something major happens,
by the time this episode airs,
yeah, we might know.
There might
be a
be
lot more know.
There might be some like cut-ins where we're like, all right, this is the update.
Yeah, right. Here are the facts.
From now until then, I'll be tasting some nearest green,
Probably
some
should
Uncle Nearest.
timestamp right when we make these comments so that people know. So that people know that.
These comments were made. Yeah. And then
Disclaimer alert.
Right.
after Cal's they were like, message. But all right, but yeah, we'll see how things pan out, and we'll definitely come back and be able to talk about it. But we're certainly hoping for the best.
Yeah.
And like to
Did
see.
you want to shout out Taste Select Repeats news article on it?
Yeah, if you guys are looking for some more detail about the case and everything that's happening and the facts, definitely check out TasteSelectRepeat.com. If you go to their liquor report, they have a nice, thorough explanation of facts and everything that's happening. Also has a picture of the gentleman that's in receivership, which
We had to throw that
a
out.
little bit of a chuckle in terms of who. Let us
We
know
may
in the,
place him.
You can understand why we chuckle.
let us know in the comments who he reminds you of.
Right.
But yeah, definitely check out. I appreciated that Taste Like Repeat. I
Yeah,
was like,
absolutely.
Definitely.
I said, oh, look at them. They do more than just pick barrels and sell whiskey.
Wow. Shout
These
out.
guys know what they talking about.
OJ can write. Wow.
Wow. I have no comment to
Did he
that.
actually write that?
I think he did.
Let me see.
He about to keep going. When this
see, now
episode
I'm
airs,
attributing
he
something
gonna
that
text,
wasn't
he gonna
him.
call,
Yeah,
be
so,
like,
Let me
you
see.
Negroes.
Yeah. The OJ is definitely going to have a comment on this.
He better put
episode.
some
Shout out to
respect.
Benjamin Smith.
Oh, shout out.
Shout out to Ben.
He had to confirm it live.
But OJ reviewed
Shout
it,
out to
right?
you, OJ.
Yeah, there you go.
OJ reviewed it. He was the master.
We love you,
The
brother.
editor.
Editor.
Love you, brother.
Editor in chief. Shout out.
OJ skimmed through that shit and was like, yeah, that looks good.
Love you, OJ.
All right. So yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comments.
Subscribe.
Definitely
to the
subscribe.
pod.
All that.
Hit the YouTube.
All the buttons.
Oh,
Hit
you
all
got
the buttons.
smash.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
That's
In that order.
It's just like that. You saying all these like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
It helps a lot. That's
Hit us up.
steadyport.com. Merch,
IG, TikTok.
Doesn't really take much, folks.
inquiries, tastings. We do those now.
Absolutely.
Send us an inquiry.
Shout out.
We love y'all.
Until next time, deuces.
Peace.
Peace. Much love to y'all.
Well, that concludes this episode of a Steady Pour podcast. Make sure you follow on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Yeah.